What's up, guys? Welcome back. So today's video is a follow-up on the ceramic coating that we put on the Tundra and my wife's RAV4. We did it a little over a year ago, and I get a lot of questions on how is it holding up, am I happy I did it, and blah blah blah. If you haven't seen that video, I'll put a link down below for you, and I'll put it up above as well. It's a step-by-step process for you to ceramic coat your vehicles on your own, save a whole bunch of money, because as you guys, I'm sure you know, that is not cheap to have done professionally. I walk you through step by step. I couldn't be happier with the results and how it's performed. I'm gonna get her washed up. I don't know if you can see behind me. I mean, she's definitely not clean by my standards by any stretch of the imagination. It's not like we just got done mudding or anything, but I haven't washed it in, God, probably a little over a month because of the weather we've been having. But she definitely is in need of a good bath. So I'm gonna show you what I use to actually maintain the coating over the last year, and then once we're done washing her, I'll give you a look at how it performs. I'll give you a look at the hydrophobic properties and how they're still holding up and all that good stuff. So stay tuned. I'll show you the process I take to maintain the coating, and then we'll wrap it up at the end. So first thing I do is obviously just wet the truck. I just take my pressure washer, go around and wet it down. The next thing I do is I take if you didn't see my original video, I use Duracoating's ceramic coating. So I use all their products just to maintain. There's a ton of them out there on the market. I'm not going to say anything good, bad, or indifferent. I will say I've been happy with this, but I just stuck with Duracoating's products. So I just take some of their ceramic wash and I fill up my foam cannon. I got this. This was like 15 bucks off Amazon. You can't beat these things in my opinion. You'll see how good it works. But basically all I do is I just fill this up with some hot water, put a little bit, I don't measure, I'm not gonna lie to you. I maybe put an ounce or two in the foam cannon, play with that a little bit, you know, just to see. You want it nice and foamy, obviously, coming out of the cannon. So now what I'm gonna do, now that the truck is all wetted down, just gonna take my foam cannon, hook it up to the pressure washer, and cover her with the foam. All right, so once you have it coated with the foam cannon, and as you can see, I do the wheels, I do the tires, the entire truck from top to bottom. I even spray up in the wheel wells with that. We're gonna let that sit for, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 minutes. And what that does basically just kind of helps loosen the dirt up for the main wash. So now the thing is, right now it's only about 60, 65 degrees. The sun is hitting on it. You don't really want this sitting in direct sunlight all that long. It'll kind of dry up on there, and it's just not a good technique. So I'm only going to let it sit for 3 to 5 minutes. Then we're simply just going to take the pressure washer, hose it down, and then we'll get into the main wash. All right, so now that we got the foam rinsed off, the next step is the main wash. So what I have is 3 different wash sponges or mitts and a soft bristle brush. The brush is for the tires themselves, not the wheels, the actual tires. I use that. That's kind of like the last step that I usually do when I wash. I do have that Duracoating tire dressing on the actual tires, so it just kind of helps them shine a little bit. Then I have 3 different sponges or mitts, whatever you want to call them. I use 2 on the truck. I switch about halfway through, and then the third one I use on the wheels themselves. I always have a dedicated sponge or mitt or whatever you want to call it for the wheels themselves. I never use the wheel one on the truck. All right, and then the 2 bucket method, if you guys are not familiar with that, that is how you should be washing your vehicle, whether it's ceramic coated or not. The 2 bucket method, if you're not familiar, basically you have a clean bucket and a dirty bucket. So I'm going to dip my sponge in the clean bucket. That's where all the soap is. And I use that ceramic wash, the same thing that I put in the foam cannon. And again, I don't measure. I just fill up the green bucket with hot water, pour a little bit in as I'm filling it up until I'm happy with how soapy and sudsy it gets. If I had to guess, I would say I use a couple ounces maybe. And that's why I got that big thing in bulk. So the dirty water bucket, that's just water. So basically I'm just going to dip my sponge in the soapy, the clean water, wash a panel of the truck, rinse off the sponge in the dirty water bucket. Once that, and I usually end up switching these buckets out about halfway through. I'll dump the water out and start fresh. Just keep an eye on the water, make sure it doesn't get too dirtied up on you. If you start seeing it really dirty, switch it out, dump the water out, rinse the buckets, and start fresh. All right, so that's what we're going to go ahead and do. I'm just going to start on the front panel of the truck and work my way around. And the other thing I like to do real quick, I like to just do a couple panels, and then I'll turn on the pressure washer and rinse it. That way the soap is not setting on the truck for too long. So I'll usually do 2 or 3 panels at a time, turn on the pressure washer, rinse them off, and then continue around. guys, there you can see what I do. I start at the hood or one of the front panels, whatever you want to, wherever you want to start. I do a little section, stop, rinse it off. And I got to tell you, once you have your truck ceramic coated or your vehicle ceramic coated, it is crazy how, you know, if you think the ceramic coating isn't working all that well, give your vehicle a proper wash with the proper soap and you will see those hydrophobic properties come right back. And that's how I know this coating is still working. I'll give you guys a better look, but I can tell just from washing the front door versus the back door that has not been washed yet, the water just beads up and rolls off the front door. The back door, it's kind of sheeting a little bit, which that's what would happen if you don't have it ceramic coated. But again, you can tell once you give it a little refresh with the proper soap, it's crazy what a difference it makes. All right, guys, we just got done washing the entire truck. The only thing I have left to do are the wheel wells, wheels, and tires, but the truck itself is done. Before I show you the last huge advantage of being ceramic coated, and I'll show you a couple pictures of how it looks before we get too low on light here, I wanted to show you this, the hydrophobic properties. Now, keep in mind, this is over a year later after applying. So watch, you can see back here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn the hose on, and you're going to be able to see. Watch how the water literally just runs off the truck. You can literally almost dry the truck with the hose. And I know that sounds insane, but look at this. Like that's dry. So the hydrophobic properties over a year later are still, you'd swear I just put this coating on, you know, 2 days ago. So that's pretty crazy. Shows me the coating is still doing its job, and I couldn't be happier with this. So let me show you the one last huge advantage of being ceramic coated, and we'll wrap the video up with my final thoughts. So the last major advantage of being ceramic coated is the drying factor. Now, if you're not ceramic coated, you probably have to use microfiber towels to dry the truck or the vehicle, and you have to be really careful there. That's when a lot of those micro scratches come in if you're not using good towels or there any kind of dirt on them or whatever the case may be. Being ceramic coated, I'm going to show you how using the leaf blower and not even touching the truck, how easily it is to dry the vehicle just using a simple leaf blower. So as you can see, after a minute or two, I didn't even do the whole truck. You can see there's still some water up there. I only did this area right here just so you can see how easily the water just blows off the paint. No more drying with a towel. I'll go around the truck with the leaf blower. It takes me maybe 10 minutes or so just to kind of leaf blow the entire truck. And then I'll get one of my really good microfiber towels. The leaf blower takes care of about 99% of the water. And then I'll just go around with my a really good microfiber towel and just get any little spots or creases or anything that the leaf blower didn't completely work on. So again, you don't have to worry about those micro scratches on the paint by using any kind of towel drying technique. All right, guys, there you have it. There's my 1 year review, a little over 1 year now. So hopefully that answers the questions I get on, you know, is this worth it? How is it holding up? Does it really last as long as it claims? Here we are over a year later. It's still acting like the day I put it on, as you saw for yourself. So the last thing I'm going to do, I still have to do the wheel wells, the wheels and tires, but the last thing I'm going to do to the truck itself, I just wanted to kind of wrap the video up. I'm getting a little low on light. So final thing is, if you're ceramic coated, no matter what brand you go with, I use Duracoating products. I'm not sponsored or affiliated with them. I pay full price for them just like anybody else. This isn't a plug for them. I always like to throw that little disclaimer out there that I am not affiliated with them whatsoever. I just happen to like their products and they perform really well. They make a product called Ice, and I think they have 2 or 3 in this line, and what it is, it's a ceramic spray, wax, and sealant, and it acts as basically a superficial layer to your ceramic coating. What I mean by that is you don't have to do this every wash. I only do it roughly every 3 or 4 months. I think since I've coated the truck last year, I maybe put this on. This might be the 3rd or 4th time that I've actually applied it to the truck, and you basically just go panel by panel, spray it on the truck or on a microfiber cloth. And again, just be careful, as I mentioned, if you're doing anything like this, make sure you're using high quality microfiber cloths and they're clean, no dirt or anything on them, so you don't get those micro scratches in the paint. But spray it on the truck, wipe it off, and it basically extends the life of your ceramic coating and extends the performance. It almost acts like a superficial layer, so this is going to break down before the actual ceramic coating itself would. So I've been happy with it. As you see, you know, the coating itself is still performing like the day I put it on. So couldn't be happier. If you guys have any questions or concerns, check out if this is something you want to tackle yourself. In my opinion, it's easy to do. It's just a little time consuming. Check out that original video that I have on the channel. I will link it down below for you if you want to see the process of ceramic coating. I walk you through it step by step from start to finish, everything I did to the truck and to my wife's RAV4. All right, if you guys have any questions or comments, let me know and we'll get them addressed for you. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next video. Take care.